Way though? No. It didn't seem like that's what it's a new dance. It's like
Hello everybody, here I am in the flesh, ready to make another video for you all. Anyways, this intro is too long, so let's just get started with. A keystone species is basically an animal that needs to be in an ecosystem for it to be an ecosystem. In the food web shown, the arrows represent the direction that energy is moving by being consumed and hunted by other predators. Notice that none of the arrows are pointing towards the plants, also known as the autotrophs, at base of the food web. This is because the autotrophs do not consume other organisms, but instead make their own food through photosynthesis. If the keystone species is the otter, then here is likely the outcome for the organism and habitat. Kelps, other algae, all this stuff below would go down because the zest seal, invertebrates, and sea urchins will eat them things up a lot, so they'll increase. A food web will show that a habitat with a high biodiversity, bio meaning life and diversity meaning differences. Biodiversity means a large group and different types of organisms. A food chain is much more simple and only involves a linear pathway of energy being transferred between just a few organisms in an ecosystem, but can be useful in seeing how a limiting factor impacts a population size. A limiting factor is basically a big change that changes a system or life form. Since the otters were dying off, those sea urchins were rising because they didn't get eaten, and those kelps were dying off because they were getting eaten by those urchins. However, as that urchin population rose, otters also rose since they had more food, causing the kelp to rise as well, but those urchins were dying off. Energy pyramids show the energy gained or lost within the trophic levels in an ecosystem at the bottom of the food chain are primary producers, also known as autotrophs, like plants, mosses, and algae. They receive their energy from the sun and turn light energy into food energy for consumers during photosynthesis. Sugar is the main energy substance made by plants that consumers can use for energy. The first consumers are called primary consumers and include all herbivores who eat vegetation. All consumers above the primary producer are heterotrophs because they eat others. Those other ones include secondary consumers, third-level consumers, and apex predators, which is what you are. Don't worry, guys, we're nearly there. It's the home stretch. The 10% rule in ecology means that only 10% of the energy consumers digest is actually stored in their bodies. The other 90% of the energy is lost in the form of heat, metabolism, or digestion, and poop. You can see how the percentage of energy at each trophic level decreases due to this energy loss in terms of biomass, bio meaning life and mass meaning amount. There are always more primary consumers in an ecosystem than less apex predators because of the lost energy within the tropic levels. That's it. Hope you all guys have a good day. Thank you, Ava, especially for sending me that video in the beginning. And in conclusion, I can't think of anything funny. Watch Beau is Afraid and watch Undead Unluck.
I'm in the thick of it, everybody knows. They know me where it snows, I skied in and they froze. I do not know nothing about no ice, I'm just cold. 40 something million subs, so I've been told.